All right, y'all. So since I've started YouTube, there've been so many damn marketing brands trying to pump fake me to try and sell me nonsense, man. The only company that I trust that I've seen put in work to get niggas more damn followers is Make You Famous. Obviously, everyone needs a strong marketing team around them. So far, Make You Famous has met my expectations. If you do music, if you sell things, if you model, or like me, you just do YouTube, then they'll do what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And grow your following pretty quickly. So if that's what you're looking for, click the link below, email them to see all subscription deals. You feel what I'm saying? And no, I'm not being paid to say this shit, man. It's your boy Banks. Come on now. All I do is true talks. You feel me? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And I'm back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks, all right? Let's get straight right into it. All right, so we're going to be talking about today what basically is going on with the news that came out with the Raptors, man. They're saying Masai has declined a trade for Paul George and Westbrook, which increased the chances of Kawhi staying. So clearly, if you know, people are saying, oh, Kawhi wouldn't have stayed. And wouldn't. First of all, let's go back. So we all know that Paul George, right, was traded for the OKC Thunder to the Clippers. So we know that happened. So before that happened, Kawhi was obviously trying to call KD, see what's good, what it do, baby, to KD. KD's like, nah, I'm not trying to play for the Clippers. Kawhi's like, nah, I'm not trying to play for the Knicks. So obviously, bygones be bygones, all right? What it do, Kyrie? What it do, baby? When he called Kyrie's like, nah, I'm here with KD, man. I'm trying to go to the Nets. You get what I'm saying? And obviously, he's not trying to do that. So it came down to, he's like, who else is like willing to go to the Clippers? Obviously. So basically, people saying he was going to resign with the Raptors, but he's like, you know what? I need to play with a secondary person. You know what I'm saying? I need to play with a star, another star. It doesn't have to be a superstar, just has to be another all-star, at least all-star caliber player, so I can have a dynamic duel so my body is okay. Clearly, because you've seen how broken he was during this whole stretch, right? So obviously, he's like, you know what? I can't stay in Toronto because they don't have nobody. Their roster's set, right? It's just going to be the same story. So if he couldn't get Paul George to the Clippers, if OKC said, nah, he would have stayed with the Raptors, because why would he leave and go to the Lakers? He doesn't want to go to a trio. He wants even a duo, right? He doesn't want to go to like a big three like that and where he's just forcing it, right? But now, if Paul George, which is his boy, actually was able to get traded to the Raptors, and Paul George's like, yo, I'm happy there. If Kawhi's there, Kawhi would have stayed. People saying he wouldn't have makes no absolute sense. He's won a ring. There's a chance to repeat. They have the higher chance as opposed to him leaving. It wasn't just about LA. Yes, he wanted to go home, but he wanted to go home with certain circumstances. So the fact that those circumstances can't happen, he would have stayed. If what was going to be at home actually is going to be in Toronto, he would have stayed in Toronto. Clearly, it's very clear. I don't know why people are trying to, oh, he's leaving Toronto anyways. Even ask Clippers players. They're literally like, it's between the Raptors and the Clippers. That's what it was about. So clearly, he was never going to the Lakers. So shut that shit up. So now we move past that. So if the Raptors were able to trade and get Paul George and get Westbrook, obviously Kawhi's staying. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yo, this is the perfect situation. I don't have to do as much as I had to do, but I still would be the best player. And we're guaranteed we're building a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? We're building a dynasty. Listen, Raptors fans saying, oh, I don't want Westbrook. I don't want that. Like, there's Westbrook criticism. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I've been the one saying Westbrook criticism, but my criticism of Westbrook isn't the fact that, he's selfish in this, he's selfish in that, he's selfish in that. He wants to get the triple-double, yes, obviously, because he wants to pad stats. LeBron also wants to pad stats, but it doesn't mean they don't want to win. There's no way, like certain things, if you play basketball and you play sports, you know, when you see someone on the court give their all, every possession, and they're angry when they play, every single possession, that does not correlate with someone who doesn't want to win. It doesn't make sense. Those two don't go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way you could be, oh, I want to pass stats, and you're playing angry and all of that type of stuff, but yet at the same time, you care when you lose and you're trying to win at the same time on the court and giving it your all. Those two don't mix. It doesn't mix like that. You know what I'm saying? So he does want to win. Clearly, when someone playing angry and they have that type of mentality, there's no way you don't want to win. You can see. Not only that, if you actually go into the context, he's been deferring to Paul George. He's trying to change up his game a little bit. My problem with Westbrook is I love his mentality. And a lot of players have the mentality of, I want to don it out. Oh, I'm going to take over right now. We're going to get this dub. You know what I'm saying? He has the mentality, but the problem with Westbrook, he doesn't have the skill set that matches that mentality. That's my problem with Westbrook, is the decision making and the skill set. That's different. That's different than what everyone else is talking about. Westbrook is this, Westbrook is that. Like, The hate for Westbrook is understood if you're talking about what I'm talking about. But if you're talking about other stuff, no. My problem is, that's why I said Westbrook is a gift and a curse, because the gift is, I'm going to take over. And it is a gift because you have the mentality. You're going to force through it. You're going to fight through it. You're going to fight through adversity. You're down by 50. Don't matter. I'm trying. Are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? You're going to try all the time and try and carry the team. But at the end of the day, he doesn't know how to actually facilitate carrying the team, which means decision making. People don't understand that's the different tiers and different echelon of actually basketball is decision making. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't know, oh, Paul George is open, pass it to him, or I'm a blow by, but let me do a dribble pull up. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know these things. One, and if he does try to do it, he always breaks. The skill set he actually has. He's basically like a lower tier. He's a poor man's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? They do the same one hezzy blow by. But LeBron's just better at everything that Westbrook does. Better passing, he's better, stronger. Well, he is better rebounding. It's just Steven Adams honestly lets the nigga get rebounds. But Westbrook is a rebounding don, obviously. But Bron, for his size, obviously is better rebounder, better passer, and more physical. He's a bigger body. You know what I'm saying? And he's taller. So all those natural physical attributes that gives Westbrook an advantage amongst his actual person who's guarding him, like the athleticism, all those other things. LeBron has it at a higher scale because he's bigger, he's more stronger. He's, you know what I mean, 6'9" versus 6'3" or 6'4". You know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff. Obviously now he's not as athletic as Westbrook, but at the end of the day, they play the exact same type of play style. You both don't want them shooting threes. Obviously Westbrook shoots worse threes than LeBron. They both struggling at the free throw line this season. Obviously Westbrook is only this season, but that's what we're talking about right now. So that's just the context. So when it comes to that, it's not that he doesn't want to win. It's just his skill set doesn't match his mentality. His mentality should be like LeBron's mentality, which is let me facilitate, let me pass, let me do this, let me do all of those type of things. You get what I'm saying? But his like he has a Kobe's mentality in a Bron's body. You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't in a Bron's skill set. It doesn't match. It doesn't match because he doesn't have the skill set to actually take over like that. If you watch Westbrook, and that's where you got guys like KD get mad. You see guys like Paul George like, yo, it's the clutch, give me the rock. But he wants to take over, so he's doing things, but he just can't at those situations because his skill set doesn't match that. He's not making bare dribble pull-ups. He's not making step backs. He's not doing spin, reverse pivots. He's not doing all of those things because to take over, you have to have a skill set to take over like that. You can't just run in the paint. LeBron could actually just run in the paint because regardless, he's bigger than his guy. And if a guy helps, he could, he could stop on the dime and then go up and then draw counts and get fouled. But Westbrook is smaller than all these other bigs. So sometimes at the rim, it's like, you see what he sees just running through walls. You see what I'm saying? Like he literally is trying to do what Bron's doing, but he can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's my problem with Westbrook is the decision making and the skill set for his mentality. That's the two different things. But if you remember, when Westbrook was playing with a trio with Harden and KD, you don't need Westbrook to do as much. So you get Westbrook in doses. And Westbrook was playing his best during that time. Now, stats-wise, he's going to say his best when they left. But I'm talking about in terms of winning, in terms of decision making, he played his best when he was playing with KD and Harden. Even then, he still was sus because it's like people forget. He still will make bad decisions, but then you have Harden to dribble up the ball. You have KD to dribble up the ball. It's the same situation. You get an older version of that with Paul George, Kawhi, and you get Westbrook. Now, people are like, oh, I don't like Westbrook like that. Shut the hell up, man. Westbrook is an upgrade from Lowry. I don't care what the hell you say. Lowry put in work, but it's finally, after how many years, he finally put in work. And even when he put in work, it really wasn't putting in work for his actual status. It really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to actually understand. Like, I'm not taking away from Lowry. He did what he used to do, but people are boosting what Lowry did because he went from scoring 0 points, scoring 10, playing like anus, to now scoring 20, 22, that type of stuff, or 18, 7, in that range. You now making it seem like he now was carrying like he was little or something. No, he wasn't. He did what he's supposed to do. But even at that position, there's men who are getting 30. There's men who are getting 45. There's men, you know what I mean? Like Curry's, all those guys. So let's just stop and pump the brakes on that. You get what I'm saying? He played good. Just leave it at that. Leave it at that. So, but he's still way lower tier than Westbrook. So let's just be real. So if I was Masai, what the hell are you talking about? Don't give up for those two. It's not just giving up for those two. It's basically guaranteeing that Kawhi is going to stay. It's guaranteeing Kawhi is going to stay. That's his best opportunity to win without Jordan Braun and knifing him with a ring. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, you can give up Pascal. Let people, Pascal. Why? I don't understand why people go, I need to stick with my future. I need to stick with my future. The best bet of your future you can get is what you have to hope You know the chances of hoping all your future, all those draft picks, all the OGs, all the Pascals, Van Fleet, all these is hoping that they become into what Kawhi is and what all these guys are to now carry your team to the championship? Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how rare that is? Like the Currys and them through the draft. You know how rare it is? People don't draft like everyone you draft isn't going to be elite. Like, you know how many mess ups you have to get that? That's like a 10-year, 15-year process. Are people really thinking? You're hoping? That's what your hope is? Oh, we have this, we have that. People really don't know basketball, man. When you have an opportunity to strike gold, you strike gold. Especially when your franchise just won one championship. You won one championship. And that championship, half the world is going, it's an asterisk on it. KD was injured, especially when we seen KD come in one quarter and carry and they were killing versus the Raptors and they were up. So clearly, they're not wrong for saying what they're saying. You can't blame them. You can't be mad at them. I'm not saying people don't win when people are injured. It happens. But you can't be mad when people have that kind of take and that kind of perspective. Because we all know the truth. It would have been tough with KD and them. And even Clay fully healthy. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. I'm a real nigga. Just be real. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that happening and you have a chance to finally, Canada will be actually taken serious because even though we won, they still don't take it serious. Nobody's still talking like Toronto like that. Kawhi left, they follow where Kawhi went. Automatically, the Clippers is better than Toronto. You know what I'm saying? If you actually have a chance to have a dynasty, be taken serious, go for a 3-peat, maybe win 2 out of 3. You know what I'm saying? That changes the whole dynamics for your future moving forward. People will actually come to the Raptors as free agents moving forward. People will actually take the Raptors as, yo, I can actually maybe live here. You never know. 2-3 years you're there. Maybe they'll be like, you know what? Maybe let's end my career here. You never know. That's stuff you gamble on because that changes the grand scheme of everything as opposed to keeping Siakam. Yes, I know Siakam, he's got better and he's most improved and all of that type of stuff. But you think Siakam's carrying someone to a ring? Anytime soon? Like, what are you talking about? You have a chance to actually win. Like, you have a big 3. You'll literally be like Miami. You have a big 3 and everybody else in the East does not have a big 3 like that. So you have an advantage. You have an opportunity to just run the whole East. And you say no because of a couple guys you think is going to be on the future. When you and not only that, the guys you would give up like Lowry, Ibaka, all these guys have 1-year deals anyway. This contract year, they're basically done. People, we're going to have nobody on the roster. That does not matter. This is the perfect time to make a gamble like that. The perfect time to make a gamble like that when almost the whole league is free agents. You could pick up on Marcus Morris. You could even get back Jamal Carroll if you wanted to. There's people who will want to win and are going to sacrifice and even take less. What are you talking about? It's not another free agency time. People erase context. This is the perfect free agency. Other free agencies, if you do this trade, it's slim pickings when it comes to the free agents you could pick up, the role players. There is bare free agents, my goodness. Bare role players you can just pick up. In fact, it's always like that. There's always someone who wants to be in a great situation that will sacrifice because they've been in a situation where their name's not even mentioned. Come on now, let's be real. You have Westbrook. You have Paul George, Westbrook, Kawhi, and then probably you have to keep Gasol. And you can fill out the roster wherever you want to fill out. What are we talking about here? There's actually no argument. People actually thinking the Raptors shouldn't have traded for that. Is actually no IQ. It's actually no IQ at all. The best your future ever will be is probably won't even be a championship contender if you keep your future. What are you talking about? What the hell does the future matter when the whole point of the future is like let's give perspective. If you keep your future, by the time they're in their prime and they, let's say, can carry and they can be championship contenders, that only will last 3 or 4 years anyways. You know what I'm saying? If they get to their max. And the chance of someone getting to their max is rare. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, the chances of people getting into their maxes all at the same time is even more rare, which is why you have one guy who's a potential guy. And then you always get, like Shaq and Kobe, you get one guy in the free agency, you trade for one guy that's guaranteed. Like what we did this year with Kawhi. You get a guaranteed Kawhi, then you have a Pascal that could reach his potential. That's what normally happens if you actually look at it. Guys that are all in their primes at the same time, it's rare that they're drafted throughout the same place. Even Clay and Steph, yes, they were drafted around the same time, but they still got a KD. They still picked one up. You don't just, it's all draft in future, that's all it is. No. And even the chances of that happening is so slim. And even if that happens, it's only going to be a 3-4 year span, like the Warriors. 3-4 year span. They only won 3 rings. You know what I'm saying? 2 with KD. Even with KD there, it's a 3-year span. It doesn't happen like that because people move on. People are sacrificed. You can't sacrifice forever. So, if you're guaranteed to get Paul George for 3-4 years, you're guaranteed to get Westbrook for 3-4 years, you're guaranteed to get Kawhi for 3-4 years. All man's in their prime. What are we talking? Why does future matter? This is the future. What the hell are we talking about? What the hell are we talking about? Give up all those picks. Give up everything. Give up the world, man. People are like, oh, Clippers are just trying to leverage the Raptors so they can get a better deal from Clippers. You think OKC cares where they have to ship Paul George? They're going for the best deal. What the hell are you talking about? People are acting like OKC was just, I'm only going to send him to the Clippers. I have to only send him to the Clippers. He's going for the best deal. The man Paul George said, I want to go where Kawhi goes. He didn't say it has to be the Clippers. They told him this is the 2 teams. They told Kawhi this is the 2 teams. Wherever the nigga goes is where he signs. Clearly. I don't know what people, it's not rocket science. God damn, yo. Man's trying to keep like future for what? God damn, yo. Future for what? When you're guaranteed a championship finals berth every single year for at least 3 years. What are we talking about here? Why is there even a discussion? Well, God damn. And there's only so much Westbrook could actually do. Now he has to play a certain type of role. You have Paul George, you have Kawhi, you have Dons. Bruh, niggas are not serious, yo. I don't even understand why that's even a discussion, man. I just have to do a video on that, like, let people know, like, the IQ is actually limited. The IQ is limited around this whole NBA, around Canadian fans. This is why we don't get great things, man. People are actually applauding that shit. Obviously, you have to give up a lot, but that's what sometimes it takes. That's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. Do you understand what, like, finally Raptors will get Christmas games. Finally Raptors will be on TNT. All the, like, the talk of the town will be the Raptors for once. Even with Kawhi, people were at it. I had IQ talked about them, about the Raptors. But a lot of times they're under the radar. Even the whole playoffs are under the radar. What the hell are we talking about? That's why people are surprised they won the ring. Now you're actually the favorite? When has Raptors ever been the favorite? Can you stop? Like, what are people talking about? This will change everything. Because even though we won a ring, people thought it changed everything. No, it didn't. There's an asterisk on it. Let's just be real. Obviously, Canadian and people are biased, but let's just be real. Sit back and smell the coffee. Y'all give an asterisk for the Warriors when they beat LeBron without Kyrie and Love, so you don't think Raptors are going to get an asterisk? Can't have your cake and eat it too. Come on now. Anyways, man, it's true talks. Because true talks. You just have to get perspective. Like, I don't understand what people are talking about. There's nothing to talk about. It should have been done. It's a mistake. He didn't do it. Because now we're just going to rebuild, which I know regardless we were going to rebuild. But before this came up, when stuff like this come up, you change the plan. You change the trajectory. You change it. You change it. Things happen all the time. You live in the moment and you got to react. You got to react. Just like an actual game. Happens in the moment. You have a plan for this play. Oh, he cheated. You hit the nigga, cut into the paint. You read and react. That's what happens. That's what life is about. Adjusting. You gotta adjust. What the hell are we talking about? Rebuild. When you have that thrown at your table, about rebuild. But niggas, bruh, now watch rebuild. I promise you, Raptors getting back to the championship. You better sign someone in free agency because with this rebuild, you're not doing that. While all these other niggas are rebuilding even faster than us, and they have more experience and they were with their rebuild more than us. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. True talks, because true talks, man. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no drought here. I'm telling y'all, this upcoming season, I'm probably going to be doing the Clippers videos, like all Clippers. It's basically going to be all Clippers, all LA videos, and other teams. I'm going to be doing everybody, but those 2 teams is the talk of the town. So I'm going to have to break down context of that, what everybody's watching. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to give the IQ about what everybody's watching. So that's what it's going to be, man. Raptors is going to have to suffer, but I'm still going to do Raptors here and there. But I'm telling you, it's those 2 teams that's guaranteed. Guaranteed I'm doing those on the regs. Just let it be known. And all the other teams, man. Anyway, share, like, and subscribe. And we out, man.